Hey VC, what's up? It's me, yours truly. I am back to do a quick video here. I was just flipping through some videos a moment ago and I saw that Chad Everett put up a reminder video about his 50 subscribers contest. And he was right, there's a lot of different sub contests going on right now, and for whatever reason I didn't see his pop up. So thanks for the reminder, Chad. And when I saw what your question was, that was kind of like 10, 15 answers came to my mind just like that, and I thought, let me just knock this out right now to make sure I get a response out to you. So, congratulations on the 50 subs, my friend, and here's my response to your subs contest. Oh, by the way, playing in the background, if I have to tell you, Christopher Cross, baby. And you know, that's the way Mr. Hall of Fame does it right there. No shame in my game whatsoever. Love this album, listen to it all the time. And I mean, literally, I pulled out the vinyl a minute ago, and yeah, earlier this week, I was listening to the CD, hadn't put it away yet. So, love this album, just that great 70s, not necessarily soft rock all the way through, but I don't know, I love Christopher Cross, love his voice, melodies, everything. And I'm really disappointed that for my supporting cast contest, I didn't pull this album out for the song Ride Like the Wind with Mike McDonald singing background on it. That's a total supporting cast that I should have mentioned. But anyway, that's what's playing in the background. My boy Chris. That is a great album too. I don't care what anybody says. But anyway, let me get to Chad's question. And his video is entitled Season of the Witch. So again, make sure you go check out Chad Everett, his username, 50 subs contest, Season of the Witch is the title of his video. And it was kind of a nice, simple question. It was talk about and show some albums that you associate with seasons. Whether it's various seasons, just one season, or whatever. You had no restrictions there. And then also maybe kind of tell the story about how you associate it that way. And so again, it took me every bit of 60 seconds to think about these answers because I just had stuff right off the top of my head. So let me kind of dive right into it, and I'll kind of explain each one of these. I only have a few, so it shouldn't take long. Europe. This is one I definitely associate with winter, mainly because of the song Final Countdown. There's two places you hear that song all the time, year after year after year. New Year's Eve bash that they do on TV and all that stuff, you'll hear it there. Or you'll hear it at some basketball game, some college basketball game, which of course is a fall sport. So that song always comes around sometime during the fall or the winter, so when I hear it, I'm always associating it with, like I said, basketball or some New Year's Eve jam type thing. So that's Europe, Final Countdown. Other great stuff on this album too, songs like Carrie and Cherokee. I mean, this is a really, really good album. Another one here, and I should have pulled out the Troggs Wild Thing to go along with this one, but Frankie Valli, this is the best of Frankie Valli. And the reason I pulled this one out is because when I was younger, junior high, early high school, I was kind of a homebody. I didn't go out a lot and that type of thing. And my life was much like it is now. Like what you see with my music room, just pretty much take that and turn it into my bedroom, and it was the same thing. Posters just everywhere and stuff just totally decked out, and it was my music, camp out world, whatever else. But anyway, one of the things I used to do oftentimes was whenever the New Year's Eve shows would come on, I would always record them, because they had different artists performing and all that stuff. Well, one year, Frankie Valli performed Grease at this New Year's show, and Sam Kinison did a cover of Wild Thing. And when he did his cover, he had Slash and a bunch of other artists that were on stage and did it with him. And it was kind of just like a few minutes before the actual ball drop. So whenever I hear Grease or I hear Wild Thing, it always takes me back to that New Year's Eve bash that I saw them perform that. And I don't know why, of all the ones I've seen in my lifetime, that is the one that sticks out of my mind more than anything. Kinison and Frankie Valli doing Grease. So Grease kind of became a winter type of winter's New Year's Eve type of track for me whenever I hear it. These two are more fall than necessarily winter. And not so much the album as a whole, but the song It Might Be You by Stephen Bishop, which of course is, Stephen Bishop, that's that 70s soft rock stuff like Christopher Cross. Again, I love it to death. And something about that song, it's so, his voice is so 70s soft rock, and the song just kind of floats so easy. It's almost like it kind of moves in slow motion to a certain degree. And so when I think about fall, that's kind of the feeling that I get. Leaves blowing around everywhere, but the air is cold and it's dense, and you breathe and kind of you see your breath come, and it kind of just, everything kind of moves slower. And whenever I hear that song, I actually think about scenes in movies that are in that fall type setting, even scenes that have nothing to do with Tootsie. So I don't know what it is about that song. It just has this, it feels like fall listening to the song. And feel free to make fun, but I love it. Another one I associate with the fall, Neil Diamond's Jazz Singer. Again, love this album. And this gets associated with the fall because I saw this movie a number of times before I even knew who Neil Diamond was or got into him or anything like that when I was a kid. I didn't care anything about Neil Diamond, but I love this movie. And the only reason I saw the movie a few times was when I got sick and stayed home from school. And like inevitably, it seems like almost every time I got sick, this movie was always on at 1 o'clock in the afternoon, And I would watch it, and I had no idea of actually what was going on in the movie. I wasn't really paying attention to the dialogue and all of that. I just know when he started singing some of these songs, I was just like, whoa. And so again, whenever I listen to this, I kind of associate it with staying home from school and everything else. And obviously, if you're staying home from school, it's probably not summertime. It's probably more fall. Could be spring or whatever. But I associate it with the fall. Staying home from school sick, being wrapped under the covers. I remember one time watching this, eating some lemons because that was helping. It was cold outside. I caught a cold or had a kind of a flu or something, and lemons helped kind of clear my congestion. And I remember sitting on my couch eating lemons, watching this freaking movie. And we're talking like that's a grade school memory. It's crazy. But yeah, so that's kind of more of a fall album. Now let me jump to actually take that back. One more fall/winter album, Billy Idol's Rebel Yell. And the reason why I picked this, I told the story about this cassette, why I picked this instead of the vinyl, is this was the first physical, this actual cassette, not a copy, but this actual copy. Wait, hold on one second. That's beautiful stuff. Sorry, I had to take it in, BC. I love Christopher Cross. But as I was saying, this actual cassette here, this copy, I got this for Christmas in 1983, I believe, 83 or 84. And this was the first type of cassette album of any sort I ever got out of a store. And so again, I was 5th grade, something like that. And there's a picture that my mom has of me standing by the Christmas tree. I need to find that too, see if she still has it. Holding it up like this. She takes a picture of me. I'm like this little boy or whatever. And so whenever I think about this, it makes me think about that Christmas. And so I mean, this tape has followed me a lot of places. I mean, I've had this since 5th grade. That is insane. But so that's definitely one I associate with the fall and winter. Now moving on to the summer. These are albums I associate with the summer more than anything. 10,000 Maniacs. Candy Everybody Wants is a very cool song, but These Are the Days. There's probably very few songs that I've ever had the desire to roll down the windows and fly down the highway playing as much as These Are the Days. something about that song, especially that part towards the end where they're coming out of the, it's not really a guitar solo, it's like a little interlude, and Natalie Merchant comes back in and she holds that one breath when she says, "These are the days you might be filled with laughter," and she just like holds that one breath singing it, and it just makes me want to get in a convertible and throw the top back, and I mean just like let all the goodness of life come in. That one part of that song is so damn moving, and so that's definitely a summer song for me. Next, another one that's kind of just like These Are the Days is Here's Where the Story Ends by the Sundays. Another one is just those songs just made for just cruising down the highway with the windows down, sunglasses on, Saturday afternoon, just enjoying the blessings you've had in life. That's just one of those songs that do that for me. Now another one here, and this entire album is definitely a summer album, and maybe because when I first got into it, it was one of the albums that I just played the heck out of, but Van Halen 5150. That is just a good time cruising around, just blasting type album. I certainly associate this with the summer. That one right there, so that's a very good one. And more specifically, properly titled, the song Summer Nights off of Van Halen. I mean, again, you listen to that song, there is no song that's better made for cruising around on a Saturday night in July than Summer Nights by Van Halen. So this is a 12-inch single, obviously, so that's definitely a summer album. The last one here, awesome summer album, Twisted Sister Stay Hungry. Now the reason I choose this one is because, again, we're going back to grade school, 6th grade. There was a summer, I'll never forget this, Kevin, Dirk, John, Matt, and myself. Those were kind of the 5 kids on the block, if you will. For whatever reason, we all had our boom boxes back then. That was big back in grade school. And there was an entire summer where this cassette did not leave our tape players. Whoever's house you went to, whoever had their boom box out on the sidewalk, we were hanging out, under the street light at night, riding our bikes. We were in all that freestyle and stuff and everything. We always had this freaking album, this cassette was in our tape players at the time. So I don't think I've ever played an album as much as I have this one, throughout a summer like I did back then. So this is definitely associated with those summer months, especially, like I said, that 6th grade year, man. I don't know, we just could not stop playing this over and over and over and over. So anyway, there you go, man. Like I said, I wanted to make sure I had a chance to jump in and do your contest here. Great question. That was really kind of fun going back and pulling those things out. And again, congratulations. All right, let me know what you think, BC, and we will talk to you soon. All right, take care, guys.